We got Texas on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Texas on the line. Richard from Texas. He doesn't have spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, but he's got enough sense, enough common sense to give longevity a try. And we need to dial it in for him here. Hey, Richard, are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. So,
okay.
for how many days or weeks did the arthritic symptoms go away?
Well, like a week or so at a time, or maybe two weeks at a time, and then they'd come back in one finger, And I play golf.
Yeah.
And so that it would bother my golf game, and then so it has stopped. I've been for maybe 3 weeks, and then they started coming back on me. And then this past, after Monday, I played golf Monday, and then my left wrist is in such pain right now that I just don't,
Yeah, I get it. 100%. Okay, so what's your handicap?
I shoot in the 80s, 80, 82, 83.
Oh, man, I don't like you anymore, Richard. You know what my handicap is?
No.
My putter. Bada boom. I can't putt my way out of a paper bag, man.
That's the only thing I can really do real good.
I shouldn't say that out loud. I can't. I'm the best putter in the world.
Right.
Let's change it up. I'm the best putter in the world, for goodness sake.
There it is. That's right. Don't claim nothing on yourself.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, look, here's the deal. It's kind of like you took the bandage off too soon, all right? So How many years have you been dealing with, arthritic trouble?
None. Hardly, this hadn't been happening, since I've really...
Well, you started longevity to help with your arthritic stuff, right?
Right. Well, I started it for my joints because I was having...
So for how many years have you had joint trouble?
Well, probably 4 or 5.
Okay, so it's going to take you about 6 months. 6 months, 6 to 12 months, to get completely on the other side of this, right?
Right.
So what's going to happen between now and then is it's going to be a roller coaster. Right? You're going to have some good days. You're going to have some bad days. You're going to have a good week. You're going to have a bad week. And it's going to be itinerant upon the stress of your life and, how good you've been with the diet and how Johnny on the spot you are with the nutritional supplements and everything else. So what you should experience moving forward is more good days and less bad days. But you're still going to have a bad day here or there, maybe a bad week here or there as you're on the road to recovery, right? I mean, that's just how it goes.
Right.
If you come off of the crutches too soon, you're still going to have a funky ankle, right? So, but there is a way that you can optimize this. So what's your current body weight?
I'm 270.
All right. In a perfect world, are you doing the glucogel capsules or the liquid?
I'm doing the glucose capsules.
All right. In a perfect world, you would be doing 27 capsules a day. 9 with breakfast, 9 with lunch, 9 with dinner.
Oh, really?
Yep. And, I don't know if that's in the budget, but if you can't afford that, do 18 a day. If you can't afford that, do 9 a day. Okay? But now, if you can't afford 27 glucogel capsules a day, go to the supermarket and get a couple of boxes of Nox gelatin, N-O-X gelatin, and just drink a couple of packets of gelatin every day in addition to the longevity supplements. Now, also in a perfect world, you would be are you doing the powdered calcium or the liquid calcium?
I'm doing the powdered. Both of them are powdered.
I want you to switch it up. All right. Yeah, I want you to, when you run out of the powdered calcium, I want you to switch it to the liquid calcium. And the liquid calcium is called Beyond Osteo FX Liquid. All right?
Okay, right.
Now, in a perfect world, you would be doing 3 bottles of Beyond OsteoFX liquid a month, you would be doing 1 ounce of the calcium 3 times a day.
Okay.
All right? Now, in a perfect world, you would be doing 3 canisters of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine a month. Right. You would be doing 6 level scoops of that a day. 2 scoops in the morning, 2 scoops in the afternoon, 2 scoops at night. So medical nutrition works best when it is dosed appropriate for body weight. But, you know, life comes rolling in. I have no idea what your budget is. A little bit of this stuff is going to go a long way. But you can maximize the return on your investment, so to speak, and speed up the recovery time if you maximize the dose.
Right.
So really, that's all that you need to do, or just give the program more time. And, you know, I think this is an important thing to talk about, Richard, because, I mean, we've been so brainwashed by the pharmaceutical industry for the last 100 years that we're all kind of used to the quick fix, right?
Right.
I mean, you take the Tylenol, man, and, you know, 60 minutes later, no more headache. Oh, that's awesome, right? Well, not really, because nothing really got fixed. But now, medical nutrition is a completely different animal. And healing the body is a process, right? It's not an event. And it's going to have ups and downs. It's going to have peaks and valleys, and that's just the way that it is. You can have a better experience of recovery if you maximize the dose. Otherwise, you just have to maintain the discipline and, you know, I don't know what to tell you, practice putting more. Hey, Richard, you're the greatest. I got to move on. I got a full board here, buddy. Are we good?
Me and my wife have both been the same. We're behind this type of medicine 100% because just like what you said, I don't want to go to the doctor.
Right.
And I don't go to the doctor, and I won't do what the doctor says, but I have to because of Social Security.
Well, yeah, no, I get it. So you can go to the doctor and get, you know, the diagnostic stuff done, but you don't have to do what the doctor says. So it's interesting, right? Now, I'm in the middle of a book. I don't know. I don't want to make promises as to when this is going to be rolled out, but I'm putting a book together that's going to explain to people what they can do themselves to order their own blood work and their own objective laboratory stuff every year, and how to interpret the results so you can completely stop going to the MD for anything except, you know, bleeding from an artery or a broken bone. Because that's my goal, to put these knuckleheads out of business. Richard, I have to move on. I appreciate your support. Now go get your joints back, and let's play golf one of these days. I'll look forward to it. Looks like Hazel Rose made it back. Hey, Hazel, thanks for the call.
Hi, Dr. Glidden.
What's going on, Hazel Rose?
Well, hey, I have been doing longevity, but I think I have digestion issues. And so I want you to tell me what to do to optimize my assimilating what I'm taking.
Vote Republican.
I will. Not a problem. Okay, so I'm already taking enzymes like I think I'm supposed to take them a little bit before I eat. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, so you are. If you're going to take Longevity's digestive enzymes, or quite frankly anybody's digestive enzymes, the human digestion has 2 phases, an acid phase and an alkaline phase, and the acid phase comes first. The digestive enzymes support the acid phase. So when you are supplementing with any digestive enzyme, it's mandatory that you take it a little bit before the meal or at the very beginning of the meal.
Okay.
Now, right. but I don't want to jump the gun here. I mean, what's going on that makes you think you have a digestive issue? What are the symptoms?
Oh, I just have gas sometimes. I don't have pain or anything. It's just I can tell. Like once I eat something, I'll belch while I'm, you know, doing housework or something. And
so it's gas. You're burping up gas and you're passing gas?
Yes.
And it's more than usual, or this is just how it's always been for you?
It's been going on for a while, a long time actually.
Okay. So the first thing to consider is, well, you're right. The first thing to consider is there's bugs living in your stomach that should not be there. or there's bugs living in your intestinal tract that ought to be there, right?
Should I do Killer Biotic?
You should do Killer Biotic, and you should also do the root beer belly.
Okay.
You need to be salting your food so that it tastes good. Are you using salt liberally?
You know what? I'm using salt and everything. If I pour myself a glass of water, I've dumped salt.
Is that right?
I'm serious.
That's awesome.
Now, I need to know about water. Is distilled water with real salt in it? It's not good. You have to do...
Well, you got to be... so here's the deal, okay? You have to be careful about putting salt in water, because if you drink salt water, you can create a reverse osmotic gradient in your system, and your system can start peeing out and eliminating water, and you can dehydrate and dry yourself out from the inside out. This is how, by the way, if people are lost at sea, and, and they're floating around in the life raft and they're thirsty and they're dying of thirst, well, what are they going to do? They're going to drink the seawater because, they just don't know any better. And if you drink seawater, the salt in the seawater creates a reverse osmotic gradient, and it dries your body from the inside out, and you die of acute dehydration. So I don't advise putting salt in water and drinking that on a regular basis, but it would be smart for you to salt your food so that it tastes good. And as long as you're salting your food so that it tastes good and following your body's lead there, you're not going to, you're going to know when enough is enough. And enough is enough after a while with salt, but most people are so deficient in salt that they can do massive amounts of it and they're good to go. Stick around. I've got more to tell you, Hazel Rose. So glad that you called. I'll pull you back up after this break. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. You learning anything today? You're darn right you are. And this is how we're going to change the world. With knowledge, because knowledge empowers. You need it. Everybody in your world does. Join Longevity Nation and help us spread the message. I may not have gotten poison. I may have gotten poison, not sure. Longevity products and the food product will help me get rid of fibromyalgia I had for a long time. You go, girl. I don't know about moving to the UK because that's the pharmaceutical industry, by virtue of something called Codex Alimentarius, really has cornered the market on, or and we are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Dr. Glidden got caught up in the chat room and completely lost his place. That hasn't happened in a long time. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking to Hazel Rose in Kansas, I believe. Hazel, are you still with me?
Yeah.
All right.
I am.
So,
hey, what is that? What else did you tell me to take besides the Killer Biotic?
Root beer belly.
Root beer belly. Okay.
How much do you weigh?
I would have gone from 151 to 120.
Is that a good thing?
Doing minerals. Oh yeah.
Okay, you gotta love it.
Nothing. I don't eat. I don't eat very much. I mean, oh well.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd like you to do for 1 month. I get 2 boxes of root beer belly. I want you to do 1 packet at night before bed and 1 packet first thing in the morning as soon as you wake up. And then on the second month, I just want you to do 1 box of root beer belly, and I want you to do 1 packet immediately before bed. The Killer Biotic, I'd like you to get 2 bottles in the first month, and I'd like you to do 2 capsules with breakfast, 2 capsules with lunch, and 2 capsules with dinner. And on the second month, I'd just like you to get 1 bottle of Killer Biotic and do 1 capsule with breakfast, 1 capsule with lunch, 1 capsule with dinner, and then you can stop it and the root beer belly after the second month. You may want to experiment for a couple of weeks with doubling down on your liquid calcium dose and see if that, taking twice as much liquid calcium as you take now. Okay. As an experiment for a couple of weeks to see if that helps your, the gas situation.
Now what I'm doing the rest of my powder calcium, but then I'm doing 1 ounce of calcium right before I go to bed. And I don't buy juices. Is it okay if I just put it in some of my Tangy Tangerine 2.0?
Yeah, no problem. No problemo. No problemo.
Okay, because that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Doing that calcium late at night. Now, what about, I have a question about bottled oils. Bottled oils are in everything.
They're not in everything, but they're in a lot of gluten-free baked goods for sure.
Yeah, like crackers and breads and...
So, I'm a human being, and I'm not going to prohibit people from eating that stuff. And the amount of oil, with oil, it's the amount that's the thing. And, there's 100 times more oil in a person's salad than there is in one piece of gluten-free bread, right?
Right.
So it's the quantity here that's the killer. And as long as you're nutrified and you're staying away from the 10 bad foods, then a little bit of oil that's in crackers or baked goods that are gluten-free, I don't have a problem with.
Okay.
But it's a point well taken, and that means you're paying attention, Hazel Rose. Good girl.
Well, what about another thing I have a question for?
Yeah.
About several months ago, you were going to have a lady on that was very much into the business. In fact, when she first heard of Dr. Walk, she wanted to buy 10,000 Dead Doctor Don't Lie CDs.
Yeah, that's Sandy Ellsberg, yeah.
Okay, I didn't write down her name, and I wanted to know if there's any CDs with longevity. Sandy Ellsworth?
Ellsberg, Ellsberg. She wrote a great book. I believe it's called Bread Baker, Breadwinner, I think. Bread Baker, Bread Maker, Breadwinner, something like that. Just do a Google search for Sandy Ellsberg, Ellsberg. She is a diva of network marketing. She's like in the top 3 female network marketers of all time in the United States. She has figured out how to do network marketing, and she is a Dr. Wallach devotee.
Oh, that's cool. Bread Baker, Bread Maker.
Yeah, Breadwinner, I think. But just do a Google search for Sandy Ellsberg. It'll pop right up.
Okay, well, I don't have a computer, but somebody I know does, so I'll do that.
Okay. Hey, we're at the end of the segment. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for the call. Now go out there and get your health back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. I'm Dr. Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Stick around.
So, however long the doctors tell you it's going to take, cut that in half. If you're doing it.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Dr. Glidden here. We are live, coming at you live. Check out the live stream, the drgliddenshow.tv. Remember, if you like what we are talking about and you are listening to terrestrial radio, listen to the commercial breaks and call the number they tell you about during the commercial breaks. You will be directed to a living, breathing human being to give you information about how you can interface with longevity. Clinton from Minneapolis is up next. Hey, Clinton, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hey, how you doing today, Dr. Glidden?
Pretty good. Clinton, what's cracking?
Hey, I'm calling here real quick about a few things that I was diagnosed with probably a few years ago. And one of them is chronic dermatitis on my neck, seborrheic dermatitis with secondary, pityriasis alba on the face.
Yeah.
And also, it's a word here called, for my scalp, it's called acne dialysis. I don't know how to spell it.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of this is just what all of this means, Clinton, is that, remember, your MD, I mean, bless their hearts, your MD is trained to name diseases, not to be able to cure diseases. So MDs have 1,000 different names for 1,000 different manifestations of unhealthy skin. I mean, that's great for the MD, not so great for you. It makes the MD seem like high and mighty because the MD spouts off all these Latin technical terms, and really, the average layperson is, left in awe of their magnificent intelligence. But the fact of the matter is the MD is trained in how to name disease, but they're clueless about what causes disease, and they're clueless about what to do to fix it. So, regardless of the name, your skin needs support, right?
Correct.
Your skin needs nutritional support. So how do then the question before the board is, well, what do we do to support and promote healthy structure and function of the skin? Well, that's easy. You give the body the 90 essential nutrients plus extra skin nutrients, and stop eating food that's gumming up the works of the skin. Now, the most common cause of chronic rash in the skin anywhere is the consistent consumption of food or foods that you're allergic to. So, often, just by simply stopping the 10 bad foods, and by the way, if you're new to the radio program, folks, you can get the list of the 10 bad foods for free on my website, drglidden.com. Check it out. Get the list of the 10 bad foods for free on my website, drglidden.com. Often, just stopping the 10 bad foods goes a long way towards knocking down the intensity or completely eliminating the rash itself. But if that doesn't go all the way, then you need extra nutritional support for the skin. And in this case, the skin needs essential fatty acids, EFAs, essential fatty acids and more selenium. Essential fatty acids and selenium. So the recommendation would be, right, 1 Healthy Body Start Pack, 2.0 liquid per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and 1 bottle of multi-EFAs per 100 pounds of body weight per month. That's 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid, 2 bottles of selenium, and 1 bottle of or per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and 1 multi-EFA on top of that.
So Dr. Glidden, real quick here. So I've been doing that. So what it sounds like to me then is that I need to increase probably my EFA. So if I'm taking only maybe 3 a day, I should increase that.
Well, how much do you weigh, man?
Yeah, so it's 270.
Well, all right. So look, check it out, right? When the only time that medical nutrition fails now is if you're not taking enough. Now, most people are so unbelievably nutritionally deficient that, they've gotten used to running on fumes and leading a life of physical mediocrity, and they don't even know how bad it is, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say you got someone who's 250 pounds and they can only afford a 50-pound dose. Well, when they start at the 50-pound dose, even though it's not enough for body weight, it's more than they've ever had before. Right. And so they're going to take that stuff into their body and they're going to feel better, right? But in order to break the back of the chronic illness and to support the skin in its journey towards health, you need to give it more, right? So in the final analysis, right, the emphasis here for you at, 270, it would be a minimum of 9 EFAs a day. 12 would be better.
Cool. Got it. And then one other real quick question. One of the members of my church, her daughter had surgery. And I didn't know this, or, I probably would have been looking for something else, or I'd have consulted with you first, actually. But here's the deal. She had her gallbladder removed. What can we do to help her, to support her body, in a recovery road? What would you recommend?
Well, okay, so a funky gallbladder is not the disease. It is the result of the disease, right? There's something going on in that person's body that made their gallbladder get funky.
Right.
Now, simply removing the gallbladder does nothing to change the process that made the gallbladder funky. it's kind of like if you had a leak in your basement and, your basement wall became saturated with water. Now all of a sudden you've got mold because mold grows, in wet places. Well, one solution for that is to go into your basement and cut out the drywall that's saturated with water and remove it. Well, that's one solution, but that does nothing to stop the leak. And it's only a matter of time until more water that's inevitably going to come in is going to go somewhere else and screw something else up. So simply removing the diseased tissue is not sufficient to the cause, but this is what the MDs do all the time. They'll remove the gallbladder, dust their hands off and sleep very soundly at night thinking that they've really helped. And, well, it's better to remove an infected gallbladder from the body than to die from, peritonitis or something. But simply removing the gallbladder does nothing to get on the other side of the illness, and it is only a matter of time until that comes back somewhere else, number one. And then number two, you've removed the gallbladder, and the gallbladder is a necessary part of digestion. So now the person's digestive process is going to be screwed up because they don't have a gallbladder. And when you screw the digestive process up, you're going to accelerate the genesis of other chronic diseases. So it's insanity. It is insanity. And this is why I recommend people fire their MDs, because the MD is clueless about what's really going on in your body and the relationship between your body and disease and health. The MD is clueless about it. And they need to be avoided like the flippin' plague. So, well, what do we do? Now she needs help. So the recommendation here, remember, this isn't rocket science and we don't treat disease. So it would be prudent for someone who has a gallbladder issue to have digestive support. And that's what we do. So the recommendation here, Clinton, would be 1 healthy digestion pack and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds body weight per month. 1 healthy digestion pack and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. That's a really good place for her to start.
And along with the 90 with that as well?
Well, the healthy digestion pack includes the 90 essential nutrients.
Okay, good.
Right?
All right. Yep.
Okay. All right, Clinton, you're the bomb, man. Keep up the good work down there in Minneapolis. Your community needs you more than you know. Oh, Canada. Rob from Canada is up next. Hey, Rob, thanks for the call. You are live.
Thanks for taking my call, Dr. Glidden.
You're welcome. What part of Canada are you in?
Oshawa. It's in Ontario.
It's in Ontario. All right. That's great. Thanks for the call. You are live. Oh, by the way, how about those Chicago Blackhawks, huh?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Rob? What's up?
Well, I have type 2 diabetes, and I'm taking the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack and Ultimate Selenium Plant-Derived Minerals and Ultimate Daily.
Great.
I have peripheral neuropathy. It's worse in my left foot, and my toe is kind of numb.
Yeah.
Can the longevity products help relieve the neuropathy to get the feeling back in the feet?
I've seen it happen on numerous times. Yeah, the answer is yes, I've seen it. But, there's nothing, so the answer is I've seen it happen on numerous occasions, number one. Number two, I don't have a crystal ball. Number three, there is a point beyond which your body can't recover its health. There is a breaking point beyond which it can't recover. I don't know if you've gotten there or not, but so all of this begs the question, right? How long have you been, on board with our protocols, and have you seen any positive change anywhere in your body since you've been hanging out with us?
Well, I've seen the positive change in my feet. They're definitely better, I think, because of the
So how much better, right? 10%, 20%, 90%? What do you think, if you had to give a number?
50.
50? In how long?
That was about a few months.
Okay, so 50% in a couple of months. That's good. How about mood, energy, sleep, appetite, digestion, elimination? Anything else improve?
Well, I don't sleep that well, but I feel energetic and
okay, so
I feel pretty good. Yeah.
All right, is it hard to fall asleep or hard to stay asleep?
Well, I wake up. I think that's a blood sugar issue, isn't it?
That is a blood sugar issue, yeah. So how many sweeties are you taking a day?
Well, I just had I think about 4 or so, or sometimes I don't take that.
Okay, how much do you weigh?
About 230 or 40.
All right, well, in a perfect world, you would be doing 12 sweeties a day, 4, 4, and 4. In a perfect world, you'd be doing 12 sweeties a day, 4, 4, and 4, right? Now, and there's a difference here, right, in the wonderful world of, nutritional intervention between a therapeutic dose and a maintenance dose. So, everybody has a different budget and different restrictions, but in a perfect world, for the first 6 months, let's say, in order to support and promote healthy blood sugar metabolism in somebody with an active blood sugar issue, it's better to give more. And so, in a perfect world, you'd be doing 12 sweeties a day. So you might want to experiment with that just for 14 days. Do 12 sweeties a day and see how that makes you feel subjectively, right?
Yeah.
And, ultimately, Rob, it's kind of like planting the tomato seed and taking care of it and watering it and everything and, waiting for the tomato to bloom. There's really too many variables to predict when you're actually going to be eating a tomato, but eventually you're going to be eating a tomato, and this is how medical nutrition rolls out. In a perfect world, you would be doing one healthy blood sugar, you'd be doing 3 healthy blood sugar packs a month, 3 healthy blood sugar packs a month in a perfect world. Maintain the discipline, stay the course, and look for positive change every couple of weeks, right? That's a good strategy. I recommend people do a little symptom diary to keep track of that. Appreciate your call, buddy. Give it more time. Stick around, folks. We're finishing up when we come back. Oh, yeah, baby. We're back in the saddle. Next live event, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, 8 o'clock Central Time, an exclusive worldwide webinar, worldwide live chat in a webinar format for Dr. Glidden insiders and their guests exclusively. Now, if you're a Dr. Glidden insider and you have someone in your life who you want to share this with, well, all you have to do is go into your subscription and cut, copy, and paste the link for tonight's event and email it to them. And for them, it's free. And that's really a really awesome thing. It's an awesome tool that we're using to help disseminate our knowledge base to everybody in the world, because really everybody needs to know this. And if you're an insider, you can have access to an ability to invite people to our live events, and it doesn't cost them anything. It's like bringing somebody to the movies and paying for it for them. It doesn't even cost anything. That's a good thing. So check it out. The next live event tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time. Be there or be square. Jenny from Ohio is last. Hey, Jenny, thanks for calling. We have 4.5 minutes left. How can I help?
Okay, can you hear me?
You betcha.
Okay, I been seeing a doctor, and recently he did an X-ray on me, having some lung problems, and he is suspecting interstitial lung disease. Are you familiar
Yeah, the
with that?
emphasis here being he's suspecting it, right? The most common cause of this is long-term exposure to some crap like asbestos. Was any of that going on in your life?
Well, I've had chemical exposure, and I lived in a house with mold for about 12 years. Those are the big ones to know of.
Yeah, it could have something to do with it. But, this is, again, from my point of view, this is interesting stuff to talk about because, again, your MD is trained to name disease.
Right.
But they're not trained how to fix it or, cure it. All they're taught is how to name disease. And often they'll name it after themselves, right? Hashimoto's thyroiditis or Sjogren's syndrome or, whatever. So from our point of view, right, whether it's, an interstitial lung disease or asthma or bronchitis or bronchiolitis, you need lung support. That's what it all boils down to. And remember, what we do in the context of this radio program is boilerplate foundation nutritional support. And I've got to tell you, Jenny, that after having done this for 25 years now clinically, I can say, as God is my witness, most of the time when you have someone dealing with a chronic medical condition and you give them boilerplate, foundation, broad-spectrum nutritional support, the recovery is remarkable. It is remarkable, and often it's the only thing that's necessary to do. But you have to kind of ride that horse and see where it takes you.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
I understand about nutritional health and rebuilding things. He's saying that there might possibly be some scar tissue here. Can that heal? Can your lungs rebuild tissues? That sort of thing?
It depends on how bad the damage is, and it depends on how extensive it is. But I've seen patients, for instance, with fake knees, right? They had bone-on-bone arthritis. They were told they had bone-on-bone arthritis. The MD convinced them, the orthopedic surgeon convinced them to have a knee replacement surgery. And then after the knee replacement surgery, they started medical nutrition, and they grew cartilage over the fake knee. So,
okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I know that you need lung support. I mean, I know that you need lung support. And I know that you kind of feel better when you do get lung support. So the recommendation for you would be, how much do you weigh?
95 pounds.
All right, that's easy then. It would be 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid, 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 in the liquid form, 2 bottles of selenium, 2 bottles of selenium, 1 bottle of multi-EFAs, 1 bottle of multi-EFAs, and 1 bottle of Immortalium a month, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods. I'd ride that horse for 3 months and look to see how it makes you feel. And, at 100 pounds, you should feel something noticeable and measurable and remarkable within a couple of weeks. But, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, as we are wont to say. Appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the end of our time. I don't know, where does the time go? Thanks so much for tuning in and turning on. Until we meet again, I am your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Peter Glidden.